Good morning, everybody. We're about 2 minutes away from the start, so 2 minutes to post time, and then we'll get rolling for the draw for the 166th edition of the King's Plates.
There's a moment before every race when time stands still. In that moment, everything is perfect. No winners, no losers, nothing decided. Yet anything is possible. To win on this stage, good isn't good enough. You have to be perfect. This isn't just any race. This is where history is made. Everything comes down to this one fleeting, perfect moment. Canada's most prestigious and iconic horse race, where only the best battle to rule the day. This is the King's Plate.
All right. Yes, hard not to get jacked off an opening like that. Welcome, everybody, to the King's Plate Draw, edition number 166. I am Jeff Bratz. I'll be your co-host for this year's draw for the Gallop for the Guineas. We'll catch up as well with some of my good friends, track announcer Robert Geller, who will be calling his 11th plate, and we'll have as well Mark McKelvey, who will be part of the Ignite broadcast as well. You know, when you look back at the history of this race, it has survived depressions, it has survived wars, it has survived a pandemic, and even last year, it survived a rainstorm. It got delayed a little bit, but we got the race in nonetheless, and another filly was victorious, that being Caitlin Her Greatness. This is the first leg of the OLG Triple Crown, and again, we want to thank OLG for their sponsorship yet again. The box is closed with 13 participants this year, and we'll go through the entire field for you in depth a little bit later on. We want to give thanks to all our sponsors. The CTHS, speaking of the CTHS, King's Plate winner might be in this book. You never know. August 27th, coming up will be the big day there. Scorching's the cover boy, so we want to wish Scorching the best of luck coming up on the weekend. I want to thank the HBPA as well. Speaking of the HBPA, it's going to be hot coming up on Saturday. Fill these full of water. They'll do good. Water, folks, water. And our good friends at the HBPA will be giving these out for you as keepsakes as well at the end of the day. We also want to give thanks to Colio, Labatt, Diageo, helmets and hard hats, and also want to let everybody know that tickets are almost sold out. So if you don't have your tickets yet, go to kingsplate.com for more information on that. So again, the box is closed with 13. The morning line favorite at 7-2 is the filly. That is No Time. We'll see where she draws, and we'll see if Mark Cassidy can pick up another plate victory. With more on what we are so excited about, and everything's changing here at Woodbine. Every time I drive in, there's GO stations being built. There's all kinds of excitement taking place. And with more on that, we'll bring in the CEO of Woodbine Entertainment, and that is Michael Copeland. Michael?
Thanks, Jeff. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Good afternoon, I guess it is now. Welcome. More than anything, as I think about today, what I want to take the opportunity to do is just thank all of the people who make this event possible. There's an army of people behind an event like this, not only with the racing and everything that goes into bringing the horses to such a tremendous event, but everything that is done to make the event as big and as great as we have come to know it to be. So thank you to everybody who's involved in this event. At Woodbine, we run about 1,200 races a year, and this race is truly special. So this is the one that we all get excited about the most, and we're really looking forward to Saturday. This is the 166th running of the King's Plate. It's the longest continuously run stakes race in North America, and something we're incredibly proud of here at Woodbine. It attracts our largest audience on site, on broadcast, and simulcast to over 50 countries around the world, and it consistently delivers our largest wagering handle. But it's more than just a race. It's our greatest opportunity to engage a wider audience and showcase our great sport. This year, we're also excited to run the EP Taylor Stakes, which is a Grade 1. On King's Plate Day, the EP Taylor Stakes is now a Breeders' Cup win and you're in. So it adds even more significance to this day. We're also growing our reach as we try to bring new fans into the sport and drive our business forward. This year, we're excited to expand that with our work with OLG, integrating horse racing into their online gaming platform. This will expose racing and betting on our sport to hundreds of thousands of more people across Ontario. I would like to thank OLG and Duncan Hannay, Minister Stan Cho, and the Ontario government for your ongoing support and collaboration and on initiatives that truly help grow racing. Thank you to Premier Ford and Mayor Chow for visiting our property a few weeks ago to officially announce the construction of our new GO station here at Woodbine. This station will anchor a massive urban development that will generate new recurring revenues to support and grow racing for generations to come. In terms of corporate partnerships, I'd like to thank our corporate partners whose contributions support major events like the King's Plate and whose platforms help grow our sport. Bet365 helps us reach entirely new audiences, growing the foundation of our customer base. As Jeff mentioned, Helmets to Hard Hats is a tremendous partner for us. We have a multi-year partnership with Helmets to Hard Hats, and Woodbine is becoming an Helmets to Hard Hats employer. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Helmets to Hard Hats, we post jobs on helmetstohardhats.ca, and veterans can find and apply for those opportunities. Not only is this a benefit to our veterans who are so deserving, but it also is a benefit to our racing community, as there is always a need for qualified labor. So that is something we're very excited about and continue to push. For our racing community, I really just want to say thank you. Thank all of our partners, the HBPA, the breeders, the owners, the trainers, the jockeys, everyone who works on the backstretch, not only to support the King's Plate and the undercard stakes and the overnight races this Saturday, but for everything you do day in and day out. This is why we exist. This is why we are who we are. It's due to the quality of the people we have and the engagement and commitment of those people to racing, and thank you. I also like to thank the Woodbine staff who work so tirelessly and passionately throughout the year, and especially for this big day. I am pleased to announce that the grandstand for Saturday is sold out. For anyone that wants to attend, there are other events that we have on the property throughout the day, so there is a great opportunity to take part in this day, and I'd encourage you to act quickly to find your way into some of those other amazing events. And when you are here on site, take a moment to walk around and look around, because there's lots of different things, different and exciting things happening throughout the property. The weather looks dry and hot. I'm hoping this is made of wood. It should be an incredible day. I know all of us have been counting down the days to this one. There's a renewed sense of excitement about what this will bring. After what we experienced last year, I'm confident and optimistic that the weather gods will be on our side for this one, and it's going to be fantastic. And thank you for being here today. And to everybody who is entered into the race, good luck, and I hope you each have a really great trip. Thank you.
Thank you to Michael for taking time to give us that, a little bit of a preview as to what we can expect coming up on the program on Saturday. I'd like to bring in a couple of guests here as well that are going to help us out with the draw today. One of them is going to be part of the Ignite broadcast. We'll have more on that coming up a little bit later on. He is Mark McKelvey, and our track announcer here at Woodbine Entertainment, the voice of Woodbine, track announcer Robert Geller. How about a big round of applause?
All right. There you go. Thank you very much, Jeff. This is going to be a big day Saturday, isn't it?
It is. Now, I kind of want to pick your brains a little bit, because the one thing that I've been talking about with my friends who aren't necessarily racing fans, but they're coming on Saturday, is this is a wide open race. Mm-hmm. Certainly there's a favorite in here and stuff like that, but from a betting point of view, I'm all in.
7-2 morning line favorite.
Yep.
No time, the Phillies have obviously done very well in recent years. Robert, though, from your vantage point in the announcer's booth, do you go into the plate already kind of forecasting who you think you're going to give that big call to, or is it going to be tough this year with such a wide open field?
I never really forecast what will happen in the race. Once you're in the booth and the moment comes, all the preconceptions that we all have, and we've all been looking at the lead-ups, we've all been wondering, even from the 2-year-old first campaigns, who's going to develop into a very promising 3-year-old. We have the field, we know our angles and what we have as opinions, but I've absorbed all that, even replays, past performances, but as soon as the race happens, out the window, I completely let it go, because every single day, every race, you never know what's going to happen. It's a split-second sport, and it's so much dependent on the moment. And as jockeys know, they have to be masters of the moment, because things change within split seconds. So I've seen some moments in a race in a King's Plate where I think halfway through this race, I can tell who's going to win. You can feel certain ambience about how the race is being run, especially if it's a slow pace or a fast pace or a horse is really looking like it just needs to get a run. So all of those things come in the race call. But prior to that, this is the fun part. We all have our chance to put forward our views.
Yeah, I see a lot of anxious faces out there. They want to know where they're going to start from on Saturday. We heard from Michael Copeland mentioning the grandstand is sold out. Robert, what's that feeling like when the horses pass by for the first time? The roar of the crowd, it's almost as loud as the roar as when they're coming down to the wire.
It is amazing. It's fantastic. I mean, it's what you really wait for, because there's nothing like calling a flagship race. Mm-hmm. I really love this race because it touches into my background. I was born in England. I was very young when we left England as a family, grew up in Australia, Commonwealth country. So the Royals are very big to our lives. We actually would go and see the Queen driving past our home when she was visiting, and Lady Di, and all these experiences we had. I know that's a little far removed, but it speaks to me. And I think that the history, I love the mural we have at Woodbine. It just goes through generations of monarchs. And so when we get the feeling and the crowd, which to me is very youthful, and we have such a wonderful mix of different demographics at our racetrack, and everyone's there with complete focus. There's a point when they turn for home that is, you can't put it into words, but you feel absolutely, completely a part of something much bigger than yourself. And from that point on, you just are absorbed by the moment. But it's a thrill. It's a real thrill.
You sum it up perfectly there. And on Saturday, you're going to be calling your 11th plate. So that's going to be a lot of fun for you. We're going to have a lot of fun from where we'll be enjoying the action. Robert, you've got a job on Saturday, but you got a job here today, because in just a little bit, you're going to help pull the names when we do get down to the post position draw. Jeff, and hey, he nails it every year. Another person in attendance today who called many plates, Hall of Famer Dan Loisel. So great to have two legendary voices of Canadian racing with us today, and I'm really looking forward to it.
I can't agree more. Yeah, great to have Danny with us as well. And Robert, we're blessed to have you able to call the race with us, and have a great call.
Thank you so much.
Okay, there it is. Mark McKelvey and track announcer Robert Geller. Just a reminder, as Michael said, the E.P. Taylor Stakes got moved up this season. It is a Breeders' Cup Challenge. Win and you are in event. And I found out yesterday, courtesy of X. You shouldn't believe everything you read on there, but this is true. Caitlin Her Greatness, the plate winner from last year, will be going in the starting gates. So very much looking forward to seeing her and what she can do, as those horses will hopefully stamp themselves as contenders in the Breeders' Cup. But first things first, the E.P. Taylor Stakes. Let's introduce you to the field for this year's King's Plate, and we'll start off in alphabetical order with Ashley's Archer. And Ashley's Archer is going to go postward for Mark Casse, who recently celebrated his 4,000th win. He's won the plate 3 times with Lexi Liu, Wonder Godot, and Paramount Prince.
All right, next up, and get used to hearing the name Attard. Kevin Attard will send out 3. Let's introduce you to DeWolf, who will race for the ownership group of X-Men Racing, Canuck Racing Club, Madaket Stables, and SF Racing.
Well, Pietro Moran's talented. He's going to be named on 2. I don't know if he can ride 2, but he's named on 2 right now, and he's going to get the call here on Faber. And Kevin Attard will send out this one, coming off a 4th place finish last time out. This will be the 3rd start off the layoff for Faber, who's seeking career win number 2.
So Faber, for the Uellings, is named after Brock Faber of the Minnesota Wild. Mancetti, I believe, named after a restaurant in Minnesota. So keeping with that theme for the same connections, Kevin Attard, and as you mentioned, Pietro Moran listed here as well.
Pizza place, I'm told, Mark.
Pizza.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good right about now.
Not as good as the lunch we're going to have just after
That's
this,
true, that's true. How about the year that Danny Gargan had back in 2024 with Doorknock, won the Fountain of Youth from the Belmont Stakes? He doesn't send out Mythical Man. And Sofia Vives, our 2-time champion apprentice, does pick up the mounts here. We'll have more on Mythical Man coming up a little bit later on.
All right, well, we talk about the filly, and here's your 7-2 morning line favorite, No Time, the Woodbine Oaks winner, looking to be the latest filly to capture the plate for 3-time plate winning trainer Mark Casse and owner Gary Barber. Hall of Famer John Velasquez will be in the irons.
Speaking of Hall of Famers, trainer Josie Carroll in the Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame has won the plate 3 times, 2006, 2011, 2020. The youngster, Fraser Abley, gets the call with Notorious Gangster off a 2nd place finish in the Plate Trial Stakes.
And next up will be Runaway again for trainer Sid Attard, owner Stronach Stables. The least experience in the field, 1 start, but 1 win. And we'll look to keep it going on Saturday. Your jockey will be Javier Castellano.
The cover boy on the CTHS sale catalog, Scorching, going postal for Johnny Charlombus. I read a press clipping. 44 years he's been training, Johnny C. It would be great to see him have a victory with such a great horse for Team Pension Braverman. Also the Scandal Guide Scorching, a very good 2-year-old last season.
Next up is the plate trial winner, Sudbury's Ghost. Ryan Munger's always smiling. I don't think it seems to matter what the day is, but I'd imagine his smile will be even bigger on Saturday if they can get to the wire first once again for owner Yawin Wu and trainer Barb Minchell.
He even smiles when he's freezing in December. He still smiles, I can confirm that. Tom's Match will be racing on an all-weather surface for the very first time for conditioner Mike Stidham. Rafael Hernandez trying to become a part of plate history, trying to join Platts, Gomez, and Sandy Hawley as a 4-time winner of the plates.
Next up is Watsonville Red for trainer Mike DiPaolo, who earlier this year celebrated his 1,000th training win, owned by John and Diana Russell. Leo Salez gets the assignment.
William T, named after the grandson for Michael Lay, and William T with a smashing win last time out for conditioner Donnie McRae. Davey Moran's had some big moments here at Woodbine, won the Oaks back in 2010 with Roan Anish. Ladies and gentlemen, your field for this year's King's Plates. Alrighty, let's find out where the starters are going to be starting from. And so we're going to bring back up Robert, and we'll bring up the Vice President of Thoroughbred Racing here at Woodbine, Tim Lawson, who's going to help us out with the draw. Now, this is a traditional draw. I know in previous years we've done the double draw. This is a traditional draw. The number that is picked, that is where you will be starting from. Ernie Perry has given me the odds for this year's King's Plate. I will give that to you once the draw is completed. So just confirming with my good friend to the right here, Mr. Lawson, the box closing with 13? Yes. 13 will go into the starting gate. 13 Canadian breds with a chance to become a part of Canadian racing glory. So the P's are in, papers are in. Now, before we start, Robert, everybody likes you,
Not till now.
so be careful what you draw here.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Yes.
So we're going to ask you guys, once you draw, just take a bit of a breather so we can get the graphic up, and I'll give you a little bit of information about the horse, and then we'll continue on, and Mark might have some comments from some of the connections as well. So let's start.
All righty. We begin with DeWolf.
8.
Post position number 8 for DeWolf. Has been working extremely well so far this season for conditioner Kevin Attar, looking to put everything together coming up on Saturday. He's a horse that has a great partnership group, and Flavian Pratt's going to be aboard. He won the race back in 2019 with One Bad Boy. DeWolf, post position number 8.
Ashley's Archer.
13.
Way on the outside for Ashley's Archer. Post position number 13 goes in the starting gate for Gary Barber and Arching Racing LLC. Sahin Savachi will be aboard. Sahin and Mark teamed up for a second place finish not all that long ago with My Boy Prince. Way on the outside, post position number 13 for Ashley's Archer.
Mancetti.
1.
Post position number 1 for Mancetti. Mancetti has really blossomed this season. At one time was thought to be a sprinter, but now has shown an experience edge, and it's coming off a big win last time out in the Marine. Pietro Moran will be aboard for the second consecutive time, and we'll find out for more information on Mancetti as we catch up with Mark McKelvey.
All right, thank you very much, Jeff. And Kevin, Mancetti, first of all, have you ever ate there? Have you ever ate there?
No, not yet, actually. Maybe if a win is in order, the Uellings will kind of buy us a dinner there at Mancetti. So.
Well, they're waiting still to hear where Faber will start, but talk about the Uellings for a second. They've been big supporters of Woodbine, big supporters of yours. What would it mean to win a plate for them?
Yeah, obviously very special. They've supported Canadian racing, Woodbine here for a long time. They breed a lot of their mares here locally. So, you know what I mean, anytime somebody invests that heavily into the game, you always wish them success. So, you know, they've got 2 good opportunities here on Saturday, and we're excited to be here.
All right, well, what about Mancetti, though? This horse has been up and down at times, but got a lot of ability. The rail.
Yeah, I just told Pietro it's the shortest way home. So, you know, obviously you're in the inside. Hopefully they're double loading again, as they have in the past. So, you know, you always need luck in these kind of trips, and we've got the right pilot aboard, and I'm very confident in Pietro's abilities and the horses. So we've got a great jockey, great horse, and let the games begin.
All right, well, thank you very much, Kevin. Best of luck. I know there's still a little more work to do for your stable. And Pietro, we'll come to you a little later on. I hear your dad's not here, so this could be the day to really let us know how you truly feel. All right, Jeff, let's continue with the draw.
Some good old family trash talking. I kind of like that. Yeah, post position number 1 for Mancetti. Kevin, one of the very few trainers to win a King's Plate and a Queen's Plate as well.
Tom's Magic.
11.
Post position number 11 for Tom's Magic, who is coming off a pretty impressive win last time out and has been training down at Delaware, getting ready for this big dance. Rafael Hernandez will be aboard. Won the Black Gold Stakes at the Fairgrounds, won the Tail of the Cat at Monmouth last time out. This one is out of a mare named Dixie Chicken, who did produce an Oaks winner. Tom's Magic will start from post position number 11.
Notorious Gangster.
3.
Post position number 3 for Notorious Gangster. Was flying home in the Woodstock Stakes, then came back to win the Queenston and the Plate Trial Stakes. Didn't have the smoothest of journeys, but still his guts got him up there to finish in the second place position. He should absolutely thrive at the 1.25 mile distance. Josie Carroll, a pro when it comes to getting ready horses for races like the Plates. And she's looking for her first ever King's Plate, but she does have 3 Queen's Plate wins. With more on Josie, Notorious Gangster, let's catch up with Mark.
Thank you, Jeff. And Josie, your initial reaction to post 3?
You know, would have preferred to be a little further out, but this horse is a closer, so he's going to make his run at the end. So wherever we are, it's as Kevin said, inside, shorter way around.
Well, he is a closer, and we saw him rallying real strong there in the plate trial. What'd you make of that effort?
I thought it was a huge effort. He got himself in a little bit of a jackpot there. As soon as he got out, he did what he does, which is just be a game horse.
Well, Jeff talked about your success in the plate. Is there any sort of similarities from some of those journeys in the past where you won the plate when it comes to the path that it has been for Notorious Gangster?
You know, I've always said the one similarity all of my plate winners have had is a great mind. It's a busy day, there's a lot of action, a lot of things to stir them up. Every horse that we've won with has a good head on their shoulders and they handle all that commotion. This horse is very level, he's been very uncomplicated from the start, so hopefully that makes him a winner.
All right, well, best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
All right, Jeff, back over to you.
Mark Dodson, what an amazing individual. He breeds so many nice horses. He's got a great one in his hands here with Notorious Gangster. We'll start from post position number 3. Okay, gentlemen, let's continue.
Mythical Man.
5.
Post position number 5 for Mythical Man. Getting better and better. Slowly but surely. Comes off a 7th place finish in the Manila, but the race prior to that at Gulfstream Park was a non-winners of one other than winner, with Tyler Gaffleone aboard on that day. Had blinkers a couple of starts going. That seemed to kind of wake him up a little bit. And again, Danny Gargan, no stranger to winning big races across North America. Mythical Man will start from post position number 5.
Next is Faber.
6.
Post position number 6 for Faber. On paper, does seem to be a bit of a long shot in here, but one thing I think that I'm kind of guessing is that the distance won't be an issue for this one. You look at Faber, this one is by Improbable, and started off his racing career with a win, and guess who he beat on that day? This is a bit of a trivia question. Faber, first time out, beat a horse by the name of Nitrogen, one of the best in the United States right now. Faber, post position number 6. I don't know if Pietro's got a lucky number or not, but we're going to find out more as we catch up with Mark. And, Pietro's named on 2. Kevin's going to make his decision about who Pietro rides, but Faber, Mark will start from post 6.
Well, Pietro, I tipped you off that I was going to come your way, so now is the time. How you feeling? I know we're a few days out from the King's Plate, but you've had a lot of experience in the last year with the ups and downs of racing. How do you feel heading into Saturday?
I'm excited. I was lucky to have an opportunity to ride in the race last year, and I'm very excited for the opportunity this year.
Well, I'm glad that you mentioned last year because I wonder, do you take anything from that experience? Does it sort of wipe out the nerves heading into Saturday?
Yeah, for sure. It's I know you've been in the environment before the race, and definitely take my experience from last year, and hopefully it helps me this year.
Talk about the support you've had from trainer Kevin Attard.
Yeah, Kevin Attard has been great. The Ewellings have been great. Every owner and trainer. I thank them all for the opportunities, and hopefully some more success.
Well, very unique that we're going to have a father and son competing against each other in the King's Play, as your dad, David Moran, will be competing. He's not here today. Anything to say?
Good luck on Saturday.
Very polite young man. Best of luck, Pietro, who has been red hot this season, coming up Saturday in the Plate.
Our leading rider, thanks, Mark, and good luck to Pietro as well. Pietro's the only guy at the racetrack that, this happens very rarely. Everybody likes Pietro, and that never happens at a racetrack. But Pietro, we wish you the best of luck in a safe journey. Post position number 6. Okay, guys.
Runaway Again.
7.
Lucky number 7 for Runaway Again. We'll go postboard for conditioner Sid Attard. Javier Castellano will ride. This one's dam is a half to Awesome Again, who won the plates, and half to a Breeders' Cup winner named Macho Uno. Now, when this one debuted first time out, could not have been more impressive, but it might be experience that might be his biggest challenge, but he was so impressive first time out and gets a beautiful draw here. Runaway Again from post position number 7.
Scorching.
4.
Post position number 4 for Scorched. I think the grandstand will come to a collapse if Johnny Charalambous is able to win the King's Plate. He has obviously been a guy that's been involved in racing for a long, long time. Braverman and Pinch have been massive supporters of racing here in Ontario for a long, long time. Want to wish them all the best of luck. Scorching from post position number 4.
William T.
2.
Post position number 2 for William T. goes post for Donnie McRae, owner Mike Lay, and Davey Moran. Well, this is a bit of an interesting storyline. The Morans might be lined up right beside one another with Mancetti and William T., so they might be able to have a quick good luck as the starting gate explodes. William T. off a big win last time out and had a very impressive work with Cruden Bay in that most recent work, getting ready for his Kings Plate start. With more on post position number 2, let's go to the second best recreational hockey player here at Woodbine, and this is Donnie McRae with Mark McKelvey.
All right, well, Don, what do you think? William T., a horse that's coming in off a big win. How are you feeling?
I'm excited for sure. I mean, I think he's a now horse. I think he's ready to run a big race, and I've got the man who taught Pietro everything he knows on my horse, so we're coming to get him.
Yeah, I guess some of those wins this season for Pietro should certainly be credit to Davey for helping him along, of course. You had a King's Plate experience, or I guess it might have been a Queen's Plate at the time, a few years ago. What do you take from that experience heading in with William T.?
I mean, it was all exciting. I mean, it was nerve-wracking for our first time. It'll be nerve-wracking this time, too. We've got to keep them bubble-wrapped up until Saturday, but we're ready to run, we're ready to play.
All right, well, you're always good with your time, so we appreciate it, and enjoy the ride right through to Saturday.
Thank you very much.
Could be a good day as well for owner Mike Lay. Is going to have Cruden Bay going post for in the King Eddie as well. So best of luck to Michael and to everybody involved with team Donnie McRae. We've got 2 left in the box, and they are both big names. No Time and Sudbury's Ghost, who interestingly won the preps for this race not all that long ago. Oh, 3. Oh, who am I forgetting? Watsonville Red, my apologies. Watsonville Red, of course, will go post for conditioner Mike DiPaolo.
No Time.
10.
Post position number 10 for No Time. Gary Barber owns this one. Johnny Velasquez will ride. Comes off a big win in the Woodbine Oaks presented by Stella Artois. No Time obviously was involved in a pretty fast pace last time out, and the Oaks did go a little bit fast, and the Plate trial did, coming off a career best effort. Can she keep it rolling with the King's Plate coming up on Saturday?
Sudbury's Ghost.
12.
Post position number 12 for Sudbury's Ghost, the Plate trial winner, trained by Barb Minchell, owned by Yawen Wu, who has a grand total of 5 mares, and this mare one of the mares produced Sudbury's Ghost, and Ryan Munger, who is not Canadian bred, but has taken storm here in Canada, has caught up with our Mark McKelvey.
Yes, Ryan. Well, you won the Plate trial, so that's one step on to the Plate, but let's talk about that Plate trial victory. He showed just quite the burst. How did he feel?
You know what I love about this horse? He's got no complications. He's very simple to ride. He's got a great head on his shoulders. He's just the type of horse that just gives you everything you want. And yeah, I actually wasn't too stressed about what gate he got. You know, it was just going to have to be how to negotiate it. But from that gate, I can just bide my time, watch what happens. And you know what? When the stragglers start to fall, he'll be ready to go.
The classic distance, 1.25 miles. I guess what he showed in the Plate trial, you're not worried?
Well, his dad did it 10 years ago, so I don't see why not. And on his last run, I didn't think he was stopping. The further he went, I still thought he had another kick. So, yeah, fingers crossed.
Well, we heard Robert talking about what it's like to be up in the announcer's booth. What's it like to compete in the Plate? What's that atmosphere like?
You know, the atmosphere is great. These are the things you live for, you know. I don't want to tell my grandkids I won a maiden on a Thursday night. I want to tell my grandkids, hey, I won the Plate. So, yeah, this is what racing's about. This is what we all dream for, and I'm just grateful I got this sort of horse on this sort of day.
All right, Ryan, best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
All right, Jeff, back over to you. Let's not forget the last horse.
My apologies. Watsonville Red, owned by 2 lovely individuals, John and Diana Russell. These connections had a big win with Stanley Ghost just the other day in Niagara. Ran a super race, and Watsonville Red will start from
9.
Post position number 9. Will definitely stay the trip, and he's a horse that's just hoping for a really good pace to chase. And I remember his first win of this season. It came at a big number, and he's been a big number ever since. But I thought he ran a deceptively good race last time out in the Plate trial. He was finishing up absolutely full of run when finishing in the 4th place position. Ladies and gentlemen, those are your post positions for this year's King's Plate. Now, we do have the odds, courtesy, they are on the screen right now, courtesy of our morning line odds maker, that being Ernie Perry. Morning line favorite, installed at odds of 7-2, is No Time. At 9-2, the second choice is Notorious Gangster, and the third choice at 5-1 is Tom's Magic. But there's a look at the odds, and thanks to Ernie for giving us the odds so far out from the start of the race. The King's Plate, edition number 166, taking place coming up on Saturday. Just a couple of other information notes that I want to pass along when it comes to the big day. Gates open at 11:30. We have a special post time on Saturday of 12:45. The King's Plate will go as race 9 on the card, and then post time will be at 5:34. It will be on Sportsnet 1 and City TV from 4 to 6. Tickets are almost sold out. As Michael mentioned, we have very selective packages still available. And what about these guarantees? This has got me salivating. Look at these guarantees. $1 million in Pick 5 guarantees. The early Pick 5, the middle Pick 5, the late Pick 5. We got mandatory payouts when it comes to the Power Pick 6 and the Jackpot High 5. Don't forget about that low takeout wager too, the Kings and Queens Pick 3. That makes up the King's Plates, the EP Taylor, and the Bet365 King Eddie stakes. That will have a low takeout of 15% and a $5 base bet as well. Here's a little bit of a cool thing that I want to pass along as I walk over, and I hope not to fall. Here's a look at all the trophies that everybody's going to go for. Of course, you've got the Triple Crown Trophy, you've got the Prince of Wales Trophy, Breeders' Plate, but check out this, a 1902 trophy. And just so cool to see, how the history of the race right here and how things have evolved as well. And I can't imagine what it's like to raise a trophy like this. I mean, I was never a good hockey player, so I knew I was never going to raise the Stanley Cup. Some say I'm not a good handicapper. That might be accurate. But one day, as owners, that's what we all want to raise, is the trophy that belongs to the King's Plate. And, of course, the Triple Crown Trophy. Wanda, the last one to do it. I remember Dan Loisel's call when Wanda won the big race. Not that long ago, I just thought the grandstand was going to go off the roof. I just thought it was going to raise up. It was just such a great thing. I want to thank track announcer Robert Geller for joining us, Mark McKelvey as well. And again, post time on the big race day will be 12:45. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody, and have a safe trip.